Hello my friend, and welcome to another video. At the moment I am uploading music to a new library that I just recently joined. In fact, I just found out that they were based here in Greece. Imagine the coincidence. If you want to find out about these libraries and where I sell my music today, then download my free guide. Link in the description. Completely free is my ebook with the 7 steps on how to start earning money selling your music online. And I have a list of libraries which have been updated for 2024. Now I am in a very privileged position because I have just a little bit over 700 tracks online. So I can just move all of those tracks to different libraries when I join them. But if you're just getting started, then you're going to have to compose one track at a time and upload them. Don't get discouraged by this because this is how we all start, all right? And for experienced composers like myself, it's very tempting to not want to upload the old music tracks that we composed back in the day. It's very tempting for us to just say, hey, I want to upload just the new stuff and ignore the old tracks that I have composed. And this is one of the biggest mistakes that experienced composers can make because the music that you composed even 10 years ago can still be selling today. In fact, a few days ago, I sold the track that I uploaded 10 years ago. It was my first track that I ever have uploaded to a library, and it's still selling up until this day. It's not my best work, it's not something that I feel proud of, but is a track that I uploaded more than 10 years ago. Well, it's going to be 10 years actually this year. And it doesn't have a lot of sales, but the fact that it still makes sales every now and then, it proves that you are not the one who's going to judge if this music track is going to be sold or not. The client is. So I advise people to do not underestimate your own music, even when you consider that those tracks that are really, really old are not your best work. So making the track is one thing. Preparing the track and uploading it to a new library or to any library for that matter is a lot of time. It consumes a lot of your time. There are some libraries which are a little bit more painful to upload. Like for example, Motion Array. I mean, the fact that you have to type in the actual file the name of the contributor plus the title of your track, I think it's just a pain. But I mean, Audio Jungle, for example, you have to put as well the watermark. You actually have to do it. It's just a pain. VFine Music, on the other hand, is one of those libraries that you just grab the file and upload it, and that's it. Put the title, and it's off. You go, off you go. Point 5, it's a little bit, it's not time consuming, but you really have to input quite a lot. It takes time. Whatever way you want to see it, it just takes time to upload music. There's just no way around that. You have to allocate some time to upload music. And the more music you have, the worse it is. You can do some bulk uploads with certain libraries, but nevertheless, it's just time that you have to allocate in order to make it happen, if you will. I'm going to carry on uploading because I don't know, on this library, I can't figure out a way to do bulk upload. It doesn't show me anything. It's actually giving me the maximum file has to be 90 megabytes. We use AI to automate tagging. I mean, that's helpful. I mean, I uploaded already 2 tracks and I just put the title and apparently AI does the rest. So that's the kind of thing that I like. But I don't think I can upload in bulk. So never mind, Every library works differently. So you have to see them and you have to check them out for themselves. Now, a lot of people talking about PROs and the fact that you cannot upload PRO affiliated or registered music, I should say. This is a music library. It's a stock library as far as I'm concerned. But they have cue sheets there on your dashboards. You can see dashboard, cue sheets. And, they ask you as soon as you open an account what library, what affiliation you have with a PRO. This is one of the discussions that here on the channel I have for many, many years. A lot of doubt about PROs, but that's a topic for another video. Because royalty-free libraries, they all accept, the grand majority, they accept PRO registered music. And when I got started, this was a little bit of a gray area. A lot of libraries did not give enough information about this, and even though they know the composers are involved with PROs and whatnot, but then they changed and they adapted. The same is with subscription libraries. This particular library does not have a subscription, at least I don't know. Obviously, I'm logged in as a contributor, as a composer. I don't know much about it. All I know is that it's based here in Greece. But I will share more as time goes by. And, I already recognize a few faces in there. I was scrolling through to see the other composer. This is how I got started. When I got started, I was just checking other composers, as we do, and we like to see what others are doing. And as soon as I joined one library and I went to another one, as soon as I started to recognize certain names, and I said, like, well, if they're here, and they're over there as well, that means that probably something is happening here. It's a marketplace that I should be involved, because these composers, I recognize them in different libraries. So I think as part of this community, when I see a name or some of them are clients of mine, by the way. When I see their names, I say like, oh, I didn't know that John was here. I didn't know that Mark was here. And it's nice to see that you go to a library and you recognize the composers, because it makes you feel like, okay, they're uploading their music there. It might be going well for them or not. We don't know. That's the beauty of this industry, that just because Mark or John is doing well on this library, that doesn't mean that I'm going to be doing well. But I will never know if I don't upload the music. I will never know if I don't try. So we always have to try, and the results that I share here with you are just my results. Like I was mentioning, just because I do well in one library, that doesn't mean that you're going to do well in that library. The whole point of me sharing all of this is that you can see what's possible for you in that library or in other libraries for that matter. I mean, I have friends and composers who are doing fantastic in one library, and I got rejected by that library. That doesn't mean that I'm not doing well somewhere else, and vice versa. My friend is doing great on Artlist, but he's not involved in the libraries that I'm involved or doing as well in this library, and vice versa. So it's kind of like a weird thing in music licensing, because a lot of composers want to know the secret library where they're going to be successful. And, there is no right library for everybody. You just have to try. And that's why I'm a big believer of non-exclusive libraries, because the more music you have across different libraries, the chances of you licensing your music and making an income is greater. And what's the best part of this strategy is that when sales are a little bit low on one library, the other ones will compensate for that. But you will always have one or two that are really strong for you, and then the other ones might be just like a drip of income. But still, if you can't be grateful for that, then you're not going to see the potential for growth. Because at the end of the day, it's about growing as you evolve as a composer, and how can you put more music out there and test different libraries. Some libraries close, they're a business. They're all about making money. So, hey, I want to make money with my music. So I want a library that is actually going to license my music and is going to sell it to content creators and, really just earn money with my music. And that's the end game here. Again, don't forget to download the guide, link in the description, free guide. So you can go and check out this library. This library is called Unfiltered Music Library. Go and check it out. It's one of the libraries here in the guide. So you can join and fill up the application form, have a PayPal account ready to go. If you don't have a PayPal account, I will start there. Because once you have that open, then you have the door open to say, hey, I'm expecting to make some sales. That's the name of the game, making sales with your music. Thank you so much for all the love and support, and I'll see you in another video, my friend.